Watching Central Illinois' best source for news and weather. WAND News at noon starts now.
Well, an Urbana teen is officially sentenced after a fight that broke out in February. The time they're facing. Well, we've got some breaking news for you this morning. 2 people are behind bars and police are searching for a third suspect in connection to a shooting on Sunday that left 1 person injured. Now, 18-year-old Shannon Barnes and 19-year-old Alyssa Jenkins are arrested in connection to a shooting that hurt a 20-year-old man. Charleston police say they responded to a shooting off of West Buchanan Street Sunday. When they arrived, they found a 20-year-old victim with a gunshot wound. Now, the victim says his home was burglarized by someone he knew. Now, police are searching for a juvenile suspect, and they are considering him armed and dangerous. So if you know anything about this shooting, contact Charleston police. Now, meteorologist Jessica Dobson is tracking some strong storms that are traveling through our area. Jessica, what can we expect throughout today?
So that's right. We are tracking some stronger showers and storms that are just outside of our viewing area, but we are expecting the potential for a couple strong but maybe severe storms as we head throughout the next couple of hours. Let's go ahead and take a live look outside from our Flooring America WeatherBug camera. This is overlooking Warrensburg, Latham. You can see a bit of a mellow afternoon, a bit foggy, but otherwise we're mainly dry. But as we look at live Doppler 3D Max, that's not the case just outside of our viewing area. Places near Quincy, Illinois, and Peoria, you're picking up on in the way of some showers and thunderstorms. A few of those packing a bit of a punch with gusts as high as around 40 miles per hour, and some pea-sized hail has been reported there so far. So this broken line is slowly working off to the east, and this is where we're kind of monitoring the potential of any isolated cells that could pop out ahead of that. That could be bringing us the potential for some of those isolated stronger storms as well. Temperatures across the area, we can definitely see where this warm front is placed, and that's going to be a key component for seeing the potential for a couple of those stronger storms this afternoon. Temperatures ranging anywhere from the upper 40s into the middle and upper 60s for some of us. So yes, quite the range temperature wise. And as we plan out the rest of today, off and on shower and storm chances will last throughout the overnight hours, as well as temperatures stay a few degrees shy of our seasonal average. I'll talk more on our shower and storm chances and how long those will last coming up in my full forecast. Karen?
Thanks, Jessica. An instructor at the University of Illinois is now calling for the school's chancellor and provost to resign. John Becknick is the faculty member at the university and claims the U of I broke an agreement to drop its investigation into Joe Petrie. The university says it is still investigating sexual misconduct claims against Petrie. Petrie put in his resignation in the middle of the investigation, which is effective May 31st.
My observation point, it seems the administration is more interested in managing PR problems than protecting student safety, than doing what's right. That's the only reason to agree to, hey, you retire, you get your pension, and you go away.
Now, WAND News has reached out to the U of I for a comment, but have yet to hear back. Ben Bennick says Petrie could sue the school for continuing the investigation. He also says he's called the Illinois State Police to get involved because the university has a conflict of interest in the case. The identity of a woman who died in a crash in Springfield is released. The Sangamon County coroner says 49-year-old Lorena Murray died after her truck hit a tree Friday on South 11th Street near University Drive. Springfield police are still investigating the crash. And a 16-year-old will spend 30 months probation for their role in an Urbana high school fight. The fight broke out in February after police say it stemmed from 2 groups feuding. The fight forced Urbana High School to dismiss early, and 8 students were arrested. The team pled guilty to mob action charges. Well, after investigating reports of 2 men impersonating U.S. Marshals, the Petersburg Police Department says the reports were fake. On Sunday, police received multiple reports of 2 men claiming to be U.S. Marshals looking for a stolen cell phone while searching a home in Petersburg. Police say after interviewing all parties, it was clear the report was made after the information had been passed through text and social media. No criminal action was taken. And the accused kidnapper and killer of University of Illinois scholar will appear in court today after his attorneys say they're dropping the mental illness defense. Brent Christensen's lawyer planned to use the defense to avoid the death penalty. Could he be convicted? But in a filing on Friday, his lawyers say Christensen decided to formally withdraw the mental health defense. Christensen is accused in kidnapping and killing the University of Illinois scholar Ying Ying Zhang. Well, St. Louis police officer pled not guilty for the death of a fellow officer. Nathaniel Hendren says he did not kill 24-year-old Caitlin Alex. Both were members of the St. Louis Police Department. Police say Hendren killed Alex while playing a game of Russian roulette. Well, new details. DCFS will now care for the little brother of the boy police say was killed by his parents. McHenry County prosecutors have filed a petition to terminate Joanne Cunningham and Andrew Feud Sr.'s parental rights for the little brother. The couple did agree to let DCFS care for the little brother. Police say the two beat AJ to death then reported him missing 3 days later. Meanwhile, DCFS is at the center of investigation again for another child's death. A McLean County grand jury indicted Cynthia Baker for the death of an 8-year-old family member. DCFS says it tried to investigate the welfare of the child multiple times before her death. The investigation became involved with that family in 2014. Well, Dove Incorporated is calling on you to volunteer. The nonprofit is currently offering domestic violence education and volunteer training. The training outlines issues surrounding domestic violence. The organization says volunteers can start with the program after taking the course.
I think it's important to get as many people involved so that people understand what happens in our community, understand that domestic violence definitely exists.
The training is Monday through Thursday in the afternoon in Decatur. To sign up, call the number on your screen. There is a training fee. Well, statistics show 1 in 3 women in the U.S. have experienced some form of violence by their partner. WAND's Tristan Hardy shows us how cosmetologists in Central Illinois are being taught to look for signs of abuse when their clients visit.
Start filing in, just don't take the bear back.
Working in the field of cosmetology means your job is more than just shampooing and trimming. The client sitting in that chair could be a friend, someone they can confide in.
And very often you have to play what? They're kind of the heroes. Very often they're the first people that a victim will disclose to.
That client could also be a victim of domestic violence. That's why Angie Hunt, who works at a domestic violence shelter, is here to teach these students how to look for the signs of abuse.
Someone is maybe, missing hair, or if there are bruises, certainly.
Is that nearly 50% of female homicides in the United States are committed at the hands of an intimate partner.
The state says all cosmetologists, cosmetology teachers, hair braiders, and nail technicians have to take an hour-long, one-time continuing education course on domestic violence. It's part of their license renewal process.
Because a lot of people, when they sit in our chair, it's like a place for them to relax, and they're going to open up to us, and if we don't know how to handle it, it'll continue to go on.
Hunt says domestic violence is about power and control.
I've heard a lot of stories from cosmetologists who have clients where their partner decides everything about how their hair is, how it's cut, how it's colored, that kind of thing.
To Hunt, teaching these stylists will help victims and survivors in the long run.
So it's just kind of giving, stylists the support that they need to be able to do their job.
So, Jessica, you say that we're tracking some strong storms now.
So they're mainly just outside of our viewing area as we speak, but it's something we're keeping a really close eye on because a few of these could be on the stronger side. Even if they're not, they're likely going to be packing some gusty winds, heavy rain, some frequent lightning, that kind of thing. So something keeping a close eye on this afternoon. You shouldn't be panicked at all. Just make sure to stay prepared,
of course,
as always. And one of the reasons why we are seeing these showers and storms is we're seeing this warm front lift northward. And we started off this morning with temperatures in the 50s. Overnight tonight, we're expecting temperatures, overnight lows, to only be in the 60s. Yeah, so quite a big difference from what we saw earlier this morning. We were pretty close to average. Fairly comfortable start to our day temperature-wise. So started off in the upper 40s, low 50s. Now I'll be talking more on those shower chances we have in the forecast and the possibility of a few of those being on the strong side coming up after the break. Good afternoon and happy Monday, or happy Tuesday, I should say, but it feels a bit like a Monday just because of our showers we're experiencing across the area. And here's a live look outside from our Roto-Rooter Plumbing Tower cam overlooking Lake Decatur. Yes, it is a bit of a foggy afternoon. Temperatures a little bit on the cooler side, and you wouldn't think we'd be expecting some strong to severe storms this afternoon just with the environment we're seeing as we speak, but we are tracking some showers and storms pushing across the area, and we're monitoring them very closely to see if they do have the potential to become a bit on the stronger side. So we have this broken line now pushing through western parts of central Illinois, now creeping towards parts of Morgan and Cass and Menard counties as we speak, but we can see there's a lot of lightning packed in with these showers and storms and winds gusting up to about 30-40 miles per hour, so they are below severe limits at this time. A wider view does show this large area of the showers and storms extending all the way through parts of Oklahoma and Texas. That's where they're also dealing with some showers and storms this afternoon, a few which have been already on the severe side, so that is kind of what's expected to come later this afternoon. So planning out the rest of this afternoon, temperatures will be rising into the middle and upper 60s. Those showers and storms are expected throughout most of today. Now, we do have that flash flood watch in place starting at 10 o'clock tonight. That's going to last through about 7 o'clock tomorrow afternoon because we're expecting quite a bit of rain here with this next system. We could see anywhere from about 2 to 4 inches as we head throughout the next several days. So we're tracking this area of low pressure. It will continue to work off to the east. As it does so, we are expecting those showers and storms to develop as we head towards the overnight hours. So we are expecting a slight risk for severe weather as we head towards tonight. And for today, temperatures will be rising into the middle 60s. As we head towards tonight, temperatures will fall back into the low 60s. More showers and storms are likely through tonight. Looking at your St. Mary's Hospital 7-day outlook, showers and storms through parts of Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We start to dry things out. Temperatures in the low 70s.
Thanks, Jessica. I'm joined now by Dr. Baker from Northgate Pet Clinic for today's Pet Watch. We were just talking about it. We're starting to get outside, so are our pets a lot more, which means...
Yeah, it means parasites. I went mushroom hunting Sunday. Didn't find any mushrooms. My son found about 30. But he had his dog with us, and right now's the time of the year we watch for ticks. We had a dog come in this week that had 20 ticks on it. The owner didn't even know there were any ticks on it. So I think with all the damp weather we've had, and ticks are going to come up like mushrooms. There's going to be a lot of them, I think,
Definitely. So you've got some...
there are a lot of things. For example, for ticks, there's one product that we particularly like. There's a lot of products. This is called Credelio, Trifexis, Revolution Plus. Here's one that's a new one. It's kind of a neat, some of the products they have. This is a little pill you can give to your dog, and it kills fleas and ticks for 3 months.
What?
One pill. It's marvelous. Everything else on the market lasts for 1 month, pretty much. And now there's also, insects spread disease. Mosquitoes spread heartworms. Most people are aware of that. And there's a drug on the market called ProHeart 6. One injection lasts 6 months and will prevent your dog from getting heartworms. And we did some trials in our clinical studies building this year, and we think real soon they're going to be coming out ProHeart 12. So an injection for your dog will last 12 months to prevent heartworms. You don't have to give them a pill every month and that sort of thing. So there's a lot of new things on the market like that are really cool when it comes to protecting your pet.
I think a lot of people don't realize, you said 20 ticks. I don't think a lot of people are realizing that it's strong. It's here. We're in the springtime right now.
It is. I don't think they realize, too, what to look for, because a tick could be about the size of your thumbnail, but a small tick, like a deer tick, the kind that spreads Lyme disease, is about the size of a pinhead. They're real small. And so people should look, if they take the dog out in the woods especially, or outside any place like that, the grasses, weeds, they should look for ticks when they come in, for sure.
All right, well, thank you so much, Dr. Baker, for joining us. We'll be right back.
Agribusiness Today on WAND is brought to you by Baum Chevrolet Buick.
Hello again, everyone. I often refer to nitrogen fertilizer as the rocket fuel for top corn production. But like rocket fuel, some forms of nitrogen not handled safely can be hazardous and even deadly. Well, an incident last Thursday in Beach Park, a suburb 40 miles north of Chicago, showed just what can happen. At 4:30 a.m. before daylight and many still asleep in town, a farmer was taking an applicator and anhydrous ammonia tanks to a field to begin application of nitrogen for this year's corn production. Anhydrous defined means without water. This form of nitrogen is under pressure in tanks and if compromised can quickly be released into the air. Now, if a person comes into contact with it, it can burn skin and lungs if breathed in. Vehicles following the released cloud of ammonia quickly found themselves gasping for air and trying to get away. It was not indicated why the gas was released, but most likely it was a hose or valve failure. A total of 37 people, including first responders, were sent to the hospital, 7 in critical condition. Firefighters sprayed water on the leak to help eliminate the cloud until the tank exhausted itself. Residents within a mile of the accident were told to stay in their homes. Many of you have seen these white tanks in fields in central Illinois over the years, either in the fall or in the spring. The product has been used for 5 decades with limited risk. I have worked with it for many years, and it is a product that you must fully respect. A small dose will take your breath away. It has a strong ammonia smell. Anhydrous ammonia has been an efficient and valuable product for corn production, but it is incidences like this that will raise concerns over its usage. Farmers and applicators have to use extreme caution when working with anhydrous ammonia, and the public needs to be aware of its hazards. There are other forms of nitrogen, several in a liquid form. However, anhydrous ammonia, or NH3, seems to be the most cost-effective. Now let's hope for no other issues this spring or in the future. This is Agribusiness Today, brought to you by Baum Chevrolet Buick in Clinton. I'm David Brown.
Hi, I'm Gordon Voigt, and I've got your Sports Minute coming up after this. We're talking about all the cool local connections that we have to the NFL Draft, not just colleges here in Central Illinois. We have 2 former Friday Frenzy All-Stars who are now going to be going to their pro football training camp in the summer. Stick around.